Hi, thanks. That was great. I should say that I had no idea I was headlining until about an hour ago. So this is probably a huge mistake, but let's all just do it together. It'll be great. It'll be great. So the story that I'm going to tell happened just a couple of months ago. So it hasn't had time to like change and grow and become bigger than what it was. This is really what just happened. So I was going out on tour with my wife. We were going out to the Pacific Northwest, out to Vancouver and Victoria and down to Portland. If you've never been, it's gorgeous. Check it out when you get a chance. So we had to go to the airport. First, we got to leave to the airport. And the thing about getting cabs in Atlanta is that cabs suck and they're totally unreliable. And, you know, it'll cost you $35 to get to the airport. And if you want to spend like $50, you can get a car service like a boss and just, you know, so that's what we did. I was like, you know what? We're going to splash out. We're going to get a car service, okay? It's going to be the best. So I find a really like nice looking car service. I'm like, I got this, you know. I call them up and I have to leave a message. And then they call me back 10 minutes later. We got a car for you tomorrow morning. So I'm like, great, feeling good. The guy comes to pick us up the next morning. Really nice car, very courteous, professional driver. I'm like feeling really good about it. We get into the car, we go to the airport, drops us off. We go through security, we get our tickets, all that kind of stuff. We're waiting by the gate. And then my wife is like, oh shit, I don't have my phone. And I was like, well, you had it in the car. And she's like, oh, fuck, I left my phone in the car. And, you know, to be honest, I felt kind of good about that because that's normally the kind of thing I would do. But in this case, I get to be a hero because I have a phone. So I'm going to be able to take care of us for the whole trip. Don't worry, I got this. So I'm like, also, the guy called me when he came to pick us up, so I got his number. So I'm like, don't worry, I got this, check this out. Call the guy, I'm like, hey, is my wife's phone in your car? Yeah? Oh, don't worry, he's got the phone, okay. Yeah, we're gonna be back in like 2 weeks. Can we get the phone then? Yeah? See, no problem. See? That's right. So we go off on our trip and I'm the only one with a phone. We go all the way out to Vancouver, have a great time, do some shows out there. Go out to Victoria and visit with some of my family. And they took us to these like beautiful waterfalls and streams and stuff like that. And I'm an Instagram whore, so I was like climbing out on the cliffs to get sweet Instagram pictures of the waterfall. And then I dropped my phone into the waterfall. And I'm like, oh shit! So I kind of scramble down and I can't reach it. And there was a guy taking pictures of the waterfall and he had a big tripod. So he came over and we used the tripod to fish my phone out of the stream. But it was too late. It was fucked. It was just totally drenched in water. Not gonna do anything for the rest of the trip. So now we have no phones. So then we go to Portland, and it was actually kind of nice being in Portland with no phones because it's kind of a hipster town, and we got to just walk around and drink beers and play video games and drink coffee and have fun and not be connected to the rest of the world. It was great. Then we go back home, and the first thing I got to do is get a new phone. So I do, and it's like crazy expensive, and it's criminal. But then I've got my new phone, so I try to call the driver, like we're back, but it goes straight to voicemail, and his voicemail's full. So I was like, all right. He was a respectable guy. I'm sure it's going to be fine. So try him again the next day. Nothing. So I'm like, all right. So I'm going to call the car service and be like, hey, car service, this guy has our phone. He said we could get it. He's not answering. Put me in touch. They're a pro service. Don't worry, baby. We're going to get this taken care of. Another day goes by. We haven't heard a thing, right? So now I'm starting to get pissed off, right? I'm like, I paid the extra $15 for a car service. The least they can do is help me get my phone back. So I leave another message. Hey, you know, seriously, I really want to get this phone back. So if you could just hook me up with this guy, that'd be great. Still nothing. So now I'm getting super pissed. So I start leaving messages on their line thinking that they might call me back if I just go, I need a car to the airport immediately. Call me now. Call me now. I leave like 3 of those. Nothing. And I'm just getting so pissed. I'm like, these goddamn, like all they care about is making money. They probably sold the phone. Like, and then the next day I get a call and I don't recognize the number. So I answer it. It's like, hello, is this Kevin? I'm like, yeah, this is Kevin. Are you my guy? Is this, I forget his name, Sasha or something, you know? He's like, yes, it's me. I'm like, oh, great. We need to get our phone back. And he's like, okay, yeah, I was in a car accident. And so you can either come get it at the hospital or I'll get somebody to take it to you. And I was like, yeah, okay, we'll get it from the hospital. And then I hang up, and I'm like, I'm still being shitty about it. I'm thinking like, when were you in a car accident? Like today, yesterday? Because I've been back for 3 days, dude. Like, when exactly were you in this car accident? But anyways, it doesn't matter. I want to go get the phone. So we hop into the car, we drive to the hospital, and it's packed. It's really hard to park. So Amber just goes, I'll circle the block. You run in and get the phone. I'm like, okay. So I hop out, run into the hospital, and kind of looking around, how do I find it? I go up, ask some people. I kind of get lost, go up the elevator. It's taking longer than it should. Everything feels weird and urgent in a hospital, Nothing's normal in there. Finally, I get to the room number that I was given. I'm like, okay, this is the room. Open it up, and I see his whole family is like gathered around his bed, like 6, 7 people. And they like turn to look at me like, who's coming in here? This like white dude with a big red beard is like, why is he coming? But he's like, Kevin, come. And they like part the ways that I come through. I'm like, okay. And he's like, here's the phone. And I'm like, cool, thanks, man. I hope you feel better. And he's like, wait. He's like, this phone saved my life. I'm like, cool, see you later. Wait, what? I'm like, did you just say this phone saved your life? And he's like, yes. When we were in the accident, my phone was broken, and I used that phone to call 911. And I was like, wow. Don't worry about the minutes. Like, that's cool. You don't owe us anything for it. It's all good. So that's the story of our lost and found counter with our phone.